Hi.
So tell me what you're doing in Philadelphia. It's very exciting you're here. Welcome back.
Thank you. I love it here. I actually really love this city. I think it's one of my favorite cities, to be honest with you. I'm here shooting my next Sexy and the Transman XXX film, which I'm really excited because I got a lot of guys filming who want to film here, Transman, which is always, like I said, been very difficult for me. And the first one was my test, and it did really, 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 really better than I could have expected. Well, and so now I'm doing number 2 because the whole thing was I wanted to make it into a series. I mean, I hope next time we talk, I'm on number 35.
Hopefully it's not that long. I mean, hopefully you'll be on like 4 or 5.
Totally.
I'm like, no,
35.
come back soon. Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing. I'm here filming in this great studio that I found, and I was doing a couple workshops like I did last time, the Sex and the Transman workshop, talking about my documentary and the XXX version, and then the Buck Angel Effect, which is just more about my life and how I got to where I am. And that's it. And then from here I leave to Toronto for the Feminist Porn Awards.
That's awesome. I mean, it's been pretty much a year since we talked last, since we had our last interview. What have you been doing in the last year? I mean, you were working on Sex and the Transman when we last talked. Like, just
it took a year for me to do that film, which is a long time because I could only 4 guys. It took me over a year to find 4 guys to shoot one movie. That's pretty intense.
Oh yeah.
And it's been extremely difficult, as you know, for me to find trans men who are comfortable being in front of the camera. But for some reason, Philly just like it exploded.
We do good work.
No, yeah, there's like actually I really enjoy being around the guys here. They're really down to earth. They're really cool. There's no nonsense. There's not a lot of too much PC stuff going on. Everyone's just really chilled out, and there's no attitude. And I really, really enjoy the scene here. And so, well, I've been traveling all over, speaking a lot more. From a year ago, my speaking stuff has just exploded for me. Many more universities, many more organizations bringing me out to speak all over the world. And that's really huge. I really wanted to focus on that part of I consider it more like motivational speaking part. Not so much like sex ed. I don't really think I'm a sex educator. I think I'm more like a speaker. I like to motivate people, get them out, start feeling good about themselves. Still, my porn work is really awesome for me, but I'm trying to sort of move out from in front of the camera to behind the camera. That's why I want to bring these guys in. You know, I really want to bring a lot more trans men into doing porn and being comfortable with themselves and showing it. I consider it more like docu-porn. And my documentary, Sexing the Trans Man, is like kicking butt. Really, I never would have thought in a million years. I just did it. I wanted to do it. And like so many festivals are asking for my documentary. And that's just huge for me. I feel so honored to be able to sort of put my name in a whole different part of filmmaking. You know, like that's just super for me. So my life is awesome. Traveling like crazy is hardcore. I don't get to spend a lot of time at home, but me and my wife get to travel a lot together. So that's awesome.
That's fantastic
Yeah.
that everything's been going so well. So you're going to do Volume 2. Are you doing a Volume 2 with just XXX, or are you going to do...
You know, right now, I'm not thinking to do another documentary follow-up, but I think it's doing so well, and I think if I'm asked to do something, an extension of the film, I will consider doing that, because I have a ton more interviews. I didn't even use half the interviews for the movie, because it's mostly talking heads, and that can be quite boring. But it was a hard film for me to edit because of that situation. But I have so many great... I don't just have trans women in the documentary. I have women, you know, bio cisgendered women in there talking about being attracted to trans men. I have Margaret Cho in it. I have a girl named Selene Luna, who's a really awesome comedian. And then I have some couples in there. I have Dylan Ryan.
Yeah, I remember.
And
I saw that.
ex-partner Chase. Really cool guy.
Yeah, I know Chase.
Yeah, he's a cool
Feminist
guy.
Porn Awards.
Yeah. So I have a good mixture of people in there. But I would, you know, it depends. I mean, it's making the film festival circuit right now, and I have interest in it as a distribution. People want to maybe... So if I package it as a DVD next, I'm thinking hopefully it'll get into the school system and use it as an educational tool, which would be awesome.
Oh, yeah, like with colleges and sort of like...
Totally.
Just people just knowing more and more
about men's sexuality and about just their bodies. It's like talking about their bodies and how that's changed. And, you know, I have Lucas Silvera in it from The Clicks, who's one of my big buddies. And I feel really proud of that film. You know, I didn't know how it was going to end up. And I'm not a professional filmmaker in a sense. I'm sort of, you know, a pornographer filmmaker, which is totally different, I think. So I did edit it myself. I did shoot it myself. I did everything myself. And so that's kind of like really huge for me that so many mainstream people are looking at it as something that's of value.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I know, I feel like I've seen it in various places. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, awesome, awesome.
I have actually asked for it here at the Philadelphia Film Festival, so hopefully it will play. I think that's in June.
I believe so.
Yeah. I don't know.
I know, I don't remember.
I haven't heard from them
when
yet, so
anything
hopefully it will
is.
get picked.
That's fantastic. Well, is there anything else that's been going on or that you can think of that you'd like to share with the porn-loving community?
The Sexy and the Trans Man thing is huge for me, so that's like my new big passion. And I love filming. I love being behind the camera. I love getting these guys comfortable in front of the camera. I love watching them sort of become able to discuss their sexuality in front of the camera. Because I'd say all the guys except James Darling have never been in front of the camera before. Mm-hmm. So it's not an easy thing to get in front of the camera and masturbate and talk about your sexuality. And so it's really awesome and powerful for me to be able to help these guys sort of. I know it helps them.
Oh, yeah.
And I know it makes them feel empowered to be able to sort of share themselves with the world that way. It's a huge thing. So that's it. Just my Sex and the Trans Man. I'm super proud of it.
So does this mean we're not going to see you in front of the camera anymore?
Good question. I don't. It's not that I don't want to. I just feel like I've done so much. I really want to sort of bring more guys in. I'm not going to say never because that's just, something might come along and I might feel like I need to put myself in a scene or something, maybe with another guy or something. But for now, I'm not concentrating on myself being in front of the camera. I'm concentrating on bringing more guys into it. I think that's more important at this point. Everybody already knows Buck Angel's vagina.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for
Thanks.
having an interview with us.
Awesome. Thanks.
We'll see you soon.
Okay.